Hello everyone, my name is Loko and welcome to some more StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it is time for another live game and this time around it is going to be a Zerg vs Protoss. Probably my favorite matchup at the moment. It has overtaken my Zerg vs Terran. Zerg vs Terran is great and all, but I feel like Zerg vs Protoss is the most dynamic matchup where literally all of the Zerg units seem to have their place. Except for maybe the Swarm Host. I mean, you know, yeah. We can make nice comments about the Swarm Host. We can tell that it's useful every now and then, and that it does have its place. But honestly, you can probably get away with that unit. But everything else, at the very least, is going to be viable. Now, I'm just going to be opening up with a hatchery first, and then follow it up with a gas geyser, and then a spawning pool as well. So this should be a pretty standard opener. One of the more common ones as well that you see a lot nowadays is two hatcheries before throwing up a spawning pool, which is relatively common as well, but I'd rather play it a little bit more safe this time around instead. So what I'm gonna do here is follow it up with a spawning pool, get some early Zergling speed going, then pull the drones out of the gas geyser, get some extra minerals so I can go ahead and get my third hatchery going as early as I possibly can as well. So just general all-round play. Now, the reason why I really like Zerg vs Protoss as well is because in the late game in particular, you can switch around a whole lot of the units that you're building. So for example, oftentimes you have like Corruptor Broodlord going to Ultralisks Zergling and then back into a Lurker Hydra, and you have all kinds of fun little dynamics going on. Now, obviously, I am assuming here that we get to the late game. It may very well be the case that my opponent decides to go for some sort of 2-base all-in, and we do need to hold that. Now, the one way you can start holding 2-base all-ins is by simply having a superior economy by the time it hits. And oftentimes, getting that economy is the tough part, right? That's the most difficult part about obtaining that lead. And oftentimes, that is where most of the people, you know, start getting frustrated with the matchup. Now, we do see a gateway opener followed up by a Nexus into a Cybernetics core from my opponent, so relatively greedy play by him. Gonna be expanding away from him as early as possible, or as soon as possible. And I think I'm just gonna send it over right now. So that's right before the first two queens pop out. Now I've noticed from doing a lot of StarCraft 2 coaching that most people actually don't get this base early enough. I do ideally want to hide it from that probe from seeing it. He did just check for it. Alright, there we go. Just because I ideally don't want him to know about it. Gotta move this dude over towards that ledge over there, and we'll get another queen. Going straight into the third queen to get a little bit of creep threat going before all of hell breaks loose. Do have to get out of there. Don't want to lose any of my units unnecessarily. These units are quite annoying, the adepts that is, so I'm probably gonna be forced to create at least a couple of Zerglings here. I'm gonna go up to 8. I'll add on 8 here in total. The reason for 8, I did make an overload, right? Yeah, I was gonna say. The reason for 8 is that I am able to follow this up with you know, a lot more drones. Usually, 8 is all you need to really surround that that early aggression, especially if they go for the double adept, which is honestly the most common one, although I'm not really seeing that so far yet. Gotta go ahead and simply get the aggression done right here. We'll move this dude over. Move this dude over as well, because there's a big chance he's gonna try and teleport. Nope, he's already dead. He is already dead. Alright, you head over to the third base then, woman. And you get that creep tumor. Spread it out a little bit further. Alright, so far so good. So I'm gonna be putting the drones back into the gas. I'm gonna be starting up some safety spore crawlers here as well. And I'm gonna try and see if I can get some damage in. Now, I'm really not seeing very much out of my opponent yet. He's adding on a bunch of gateways here. So just for safety's sake, I'm gonna be getting a Roach Warren right now, as well as some more these rocks, by the way, are permanent nowadays. I keep forgetting about that. As well as some more gas, just to make sure that I get some sort of, you know, economy lead out. I do have to be a little careful. Ideally, I do get some more defenses out right now. But anyways, I want to get a couple more workers here, and basically these couple of workers ensure me that I do have that economy advantage. No matter what here, I'm gonna have more workers than my opponent has, right? Because hey, he's on 2 bases, I'm on 3. I'm fully saturated on 2. Gonna go ahead and actually just simply get a lair right now as well, because he just invested resources into getting that Oracle out. And that Oracle is not achieving a thing. Well, he may kill a worker. I'm gonna make a couple of roaches here, just to make some Ravagers. And he's trying to get some damage done, but it's really insignificant. Okay. So far, so good. I'll have a look here. Maybe he's got that third base going up, which would be good for us. And I am gonna go ahead here and get +1 melee. Okay, couple things we can do. So I know my opponent is gonna play a macro game here, right? One of the things we can do is simply sit back here, make Lurkers, or go for Ultralisks. Ultralisks are also a very good option here, for the simple reason that he's probably not gonna have very much against it. I mean, he doesn't plan on moving out anytime soon yet. We have a lot of different expansion options here as well. But we can do a bit of aggression with like Roach Ravager and then switch into Ultralisk while getting a 4th base up and going up to 8 Gas Geysers. So right now I know for a fact that my opponent has that, you know, expansion going. I'm gonna go ahead and drone up a little more aggressively here. I'm already researching melee, so that's pretty good. And actually, why do we even take my 4th? I guess it's over there, right? I haven't played too much yet since this map got revised. Oh, so close to dying. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this base right over there. So, a little bit greedy right there on my end. I'm gonna start making some roaches right now, and I'll move out when this upgrade finishes, together with this upgrade. Now, I don't want to spend all of my gas here, but I'm gonna go up to roughly about 8 roaches there. Morph them all into Ravagers, get a Spire as a backup plan, and start morphing in some Ravagers, and then we'll move out once these upgrades finish up. So I'm gonna follow this up with purely Zerglings. Do want to have one more creep tumor going that way as well. And so far this is looking very good. I'm gonna do a bit of extra scouting as well, just to try and figure out what exactly it is my opponent is trying to achieve here. But I do want to do at least a little bit of aggression very shortly. So actually very, very heavy Phoenix play. Very heavy Phoenix play. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more spores, just in case. We'll start pushing here. The fact of the matter is that my opponent is focusing a lot on these units, where he doesn't really have very much against this. I was gonna go Ultralisk though, but I think it's better for me to go ahead and switch into Corruptors instead. I don't see what he could do against Corruptors. Okay, there we go. I'll try and move in here. Do whatever damage I can. Pretty solid hits there, but I don't know if that was enough. No. That new Photon Overcharge is actually stupidly strong. Wow, he did so much damage there to me. Alright, gonna go ahead and upgrade the armor here. And we'll start running up that 4th base instead. I do want to get at least that many Corruptors. The idea is that I'm gonna, you know, basically piss on his base. We're gonna go ahead and piss on his 4th. Or on his natural, rather. Gonna go ahead and get some static defense over there. There's a new Corruptor ability in Legacy of the Void that makes that pretty good. I'm also gonna go ahead and tech up towards the Hive while we're doing that. So I can go ahead and maybe get some Hive units going. And in the meantime, I do also want to moving these dudes over. And I do also want to make sure I get a Creep Tumor up on this little high ground here, so we can start spreading that middle part of the map as well. Oh, chill. Good. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, the Phoenixes are out of position here. Well, they are much faster than my units, so that is rather unfortunate. Just in case, I'll be adding on here a Hydra Den as well, because Corruptors do take a very long time to finish up. And I'll actually try and, like, move out over here. Show him these... Like, look at the minimap right now, right? He sees my Phoenixes. That means that I can go ahead here and queue up that ability. Okay. Okay, here we go. He's trying to get there. I'm teching up right now. I'm gonna add on some more of these things. Okay, there we go. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Now, the only thing is that I do need to hold on for a little while longer. I do need to hold on against these Adepts as well as these other units that he's got. I just killed one of his bases. Does look like he actually got another base as well. I'm just gonna send my Zerglings over there while trying to harass some worm with the rest of my army. Gonna go ahead and get some armor upgrades here as well. I won't be able to hold on to his army though very easily at all until much later into the game. I mean, the fact of the matter is right now... Oh, he's trying to take that expo. That's good. That's very good. Okay. The fact of the matter is that I won't have very much to deal with his stuff until much later into the game. Okay, very good. I mean, I need Brute Lords here to properly deal with this. I'm gonna go ahead and in the meantime create some Lurkers. If I can get Lurkers out, that would be great too. Okay, just killed a whole bunch of his bases. Now, it's just a matter of holding on, though. Because I don't have a big ground army to deal with his ground army. Okay, Spire. Greater Spire. We're basically on a timer here. Okay. Okay. Got my Hydras. Got my Hydras ready to go. Okay, he's moving out. He's moving out. This is bad. I need Lurkers. Okay. And we're gonna add on as much as we can here. Oh man, he's got a big army though. He's got a big army. I've been playing a little too greedy here, I think. We will be able to hold this fight easy peasy a little bit later on. But at the moment, before we have the Greater Spire done, we're in a risky scenario. I'm gonna try and force him back. I'm gonna try and force him back here. If I can spread out these Lurkers into like this area, that's fine. Okay, here we go, here we go. We're gonna counterattack instead. Gonna use my Corruptors to stay at home. We're using the rest of my army to try and do maximum amounts of damage. Okay. Come on, Greater Spire, I need you. I need you right about right now. We are losing that base up there. Come on, Greater Spire. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Gotta get some more upgrades here. And while I did lose that base, we do have a army that contains Lurkers, as well as Brute Lords right now. I think I dealt with most of his units. I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys on a separate hotkey group here. So all of the Lurkers are gonna be hotkey number 2. I do need to make sure that I, you know, deal with any kind of, what are they called? Like heavy aggression with his phoenixes. Okay. Very good. Oh god, that was pretty bad. He still's got a lot of phoenixes though. He still has a lot of them. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Ultra Cavern down as well. Oh snap. Got a lot of units over there too. Okay. Let's get back home. Okay. So pretty macro-focused game. This is what I'm talking about. These are the type of games that I absolutely adore playing. So much fun. So much dynamic. I'm gonna go ahead and try and do some run-bys here. Now, I'm by no means playing this out perfect, but my opponent is playing super well. Very well done by my opponent. And actually, oh god, that's bad. Oh god, that was real bad. That was real bad. Okay, get in there, boys. Okay. Oh wow, so many cannons. So many cannons. Oh, I think I'm in a pretty poor position right now, to be honest. I was in a good one a little bit ago, but I think I let him set back for just a little too long. These heavy Corruptors are, or these heavy, this heavy play from him is pretty rough. I'm gonna try and get as many Brute Lords here as possible. The only problem is that he still has a lot of Phoenixes. He seems to have forgotten about those for the moment, though, so there's that, but... I'm gonna go ahead and make some Spore Crawlers here, as well as a Spine Crawler. There we go, he finally realizes about them. Okay. I need to get a lot more anti-air to really justify all of this stuff. I don't have very much of it anymore. Trying to make more of it. The thing is, we can also just switch to pure ground. Pure ground is not a bad choice either. Just because he doesn't really have a whole lot against it. Oh god, well, these drones are either gonna die or they're gonna be in the greatest position of their lives. Gonna move the queens over as well, and I think I could just start some Ultralisk production here. We'll switch into Ultralisk. That's a little risky, but if he stays on Stalkers and whatnot, that's a good thing for us. I'm sort of losing track though of where his army is at. Okay, here we go. First Ultralisk is being released or being unleashed right now. Okay. Looks like he's actually giving up on the Phoenixes altogether. That all of a sudden makes Brute Lord switching a heck of a lot stronger again. Because he's just giving up on these units. That was nice. That's actually very good for us. The only problem is that he's got the strongest economy in the game at this point, and there's very little I can do to stop that from happening. I'm gonna go ahead and try and just make some more stuff here, although that does not look very promising. Alright. I'm secretly hoping he's gonna attack into me, which would be best for us. Let me go ahead and make some more gases over in my 4th. Okay, that was dealt with. Also gonna be adding on some of these units, some of the Infestors, which would be extremely helpful. I should have just been taking this base, to be honest, it's much safer. Sadly, that Oracle just got a huge revelation off of my army, and the problem here is that I don't have that much. Like, he's got a huge eco, where he's been constantly harassing mine, and I just simply don't have all that much left over. Nice revelation once again by my opponent, very well done. Notice a lot of Protoss players don't enjoy playing these kind of macro games anymore. Okay. So there are indeed Tempest out at this point. Which is rather unfortunate for us. Okay. That's really the only counter that he has, though, to my army. Ultralisks don't really care too much about these upgrades. Okay, target fire down. Adding on more here. Okay, that's one Tempest down. Maybe I'm playing a little too aggressive, though. We're cleaning up most of his force. My units are super well upgraded at this point, but... Ugh. Those Tal'Darim Colossus are doing a heck of a lot of damage as well. Alright. New plan. New plan. Use these dudes only defensively. Move over all of these units to my new base. And start switching into a all-ground army. An all-ground army here. Maybe I should have brought the Queens as well. I'm glad that I was talking about, though, playing a macro game early on, and then we play, like, one of the best macro games here. Although, we are definitely in a deficit here. We don't have very much anymore to try and deal with his stuff. This is still looking rather okay. I mean, I can still have a solid eco here. I don't have that many workers, though. I've basically got 2 bases mining right now. Which isn't all too much. Oh, man, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of stuff. I don't really want to lose anything, you know, when I don't absolutely have to. Gonna add on some more Infestors here. Gotta keep in mind that this army is quite easy to deal with. Maybe we can Neuroparasite the Colossus. I don't know, though. This is looking a little risky. My army is so tiny. Where'd everything go? Everything just died. I'm enjoying this, though. This is good. Okay, let's do one Zergling up there just to spot where he's gonna come in from. Adding on more Ultras here. As many Ultras as possible. Man, he's got a lot of Tempest now. Oh no, DTs? Haven't seen that unit yet. Whew! That was close enough. I'm not exactly sure I'm gonna be beating this army. I don't know, with perfect fungus! 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 Well, turns out Tempest have a lot more life than I thought. Yeah, no, I don't believe anymore in this game, guys. I'm starting to lose faith here. Those Zerglings are getting decimated by the Protoss army. And while I do have one Neuro ready to go, I'm afraid that that is not quite going to be enough. We may be able to clean up his ground army, but at what cost? Get him! Get that thing! Oh, man. Nope, nope, nope. So we did definitely let him expand a little too much here. The fact of the matter is that he's got a huge economy. He's likely got more bases taken than I do at this point. And I just lost a couple of workers here and a couple of workers there. I probably shouldn't have moved across the map when I initially moved out with my army. And I'm thinking that cost me a little too much. Now, we're not quite out of the water here yet, but once a Protoss player gets to this magnitude of units, oftentimes it's just nearly impossible to beat this. I mean, look at his army. Even though it's not enormous, he's probably gonna just play it as safe as he humanly can, while trying to sit back and provide his army with, like, the sickest reinforcements possible. And I am not too convinced anymore that we can go ahead and win this one in any way, shape, or form. So we can go for a valiant final move out. If you guys believe, we can... No, even if you guys believe, we can't do this anymore. But we can do some harass. Maybe we can force him out of this game. Cross the fingers, hope he disconnects. No, we don't want him to disconnect. That's a lame way of winning. Okay, here we go. Here we go, boys. Alright. I hope you enjoyed watching this long-ass macro game of Zerg vs Protoss. I hope you guys realized that I definitely made plenty of mistakes. And I always, like, whenever I see these type of games, I always see people complain in the comment section about balance. Guys, this has nothing to do with balance. My opponent just simply played better than me. And I want to thank y'all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!